The following is a News Channel 7 presentation, a breast cancer awareness special, sponsored by Dermatology Associates Skin and Cancer Center.
Welcome to this special edition of News Channel 7. I'm Donna Bell.
And I'm Jessica Foster. In this next half hour, we are taking an in-depth look at breast cancer awareness, focusing on detection, treatment, and support.
Now, this is a cause that is very personal to us. We are both breast cancer survivors. We're doing this not only to encourage early detection, but also to offer hope, letting others battling breast cancer know you're not alone.
And while you are not alone, we also want you to know that every breast cancer journey is different.
Now, I was diagnosed just a little over a year ago.
And I was diagnosed 8 years ago. And while our journeys are very different, there's something we share in common. We both caught our breast cancer in the early stages through a mammogram.
And we both had those mammograms at the Women's Imaging Center at Bay Radiology. Dr. Lindsay Weintritt Davis is the radiologist who screened both of us. Now, with her help, we're going to share something very personal with you. Our mammograms.
Because we're both living proof that early detection saves lives. It saved both of ours. This is my mammogram, and this was the one that prompted that biopsy.
It's very subtle, but there are some calcifications, these little white flecks that we see in the background of this black and white breast tissue, and those can be normal, but they can also be of concern.
When you saw this online, did you have a pretty strong indication that it would probably come back as cancer?
If you really kind of zoom in on them, you can see that they are a little bit bizarrely shaped, and they're oriented in different directions, which is a more suspicious feature. So these calcifications really just alert us that something has changed, and usually prompts us to do a biopsy to get to the bottom of the diagnosis of what type of cells are producing that calcium.
This was actually a very tiny area.
It measures 2.5 millimeters.
So this shows you why that yearly screening is so important, because had I skipped a year, we wouldn't have found this.
Well, it would have been larger when we found it.
So now we're taking a look at my mammogram, the one that found the cancer. You called me back to look at this, and as soon as I saw it, my first instinct was, that's not what it looked like 7 months ago.
No, but obviously in your case, this was an aggressive cancer that grew very quickly because it, grew from nothing to this in 7 months. So yeah, you can assume in 4 more months it would have been significantly larger.
That is crazy.
And for me, I never had a lump. It was pain.
I don't know that we have a great physiologic reason for why you had pain. I'm very grateful that you did, because it alerted you to get it investigated.
I'm pretty sure that was my mom up in heaven saying, hey, let's take a look at this. And let's just go ahead and do it on my 80th birthday. If I were here, I'd be telling you that. So I'm thankful that she told me that.
It's very striking. I've been doing this for more than a decade right here at this desk in this office. And I'm not numb to changes like this. You don't want that for anybody, because my first thought is, goodness, that's cancer. And what are we going to do next?
You knew it right away.
It's difficult going through this diagnosis, but what we want you to learn through this is that breast cancer is survivable if you catch it early.
We were lucky to have caught our cancer at stage 1, but medical treatments are improving even for those diagnosed at a later stage. Our hope and prayer is that research continues, helping all breast cancer patients live longer and more fulfilling lives.
Now, when it comes to treating breast cancer, there are so many different factors. A lot depends on the size of the tumor, the stage at diagnosis, whether the cancer is invasive, and if the cancer is fed by hormones. Breast cancer can be estrogen receptor positive, progesterone receptor positive, or HER2 positive. HER2 is a protein involved in cell growth. If the cancer is not fed by any of those, it's called triple negative, which is an aggressive subtype.
We urge you to know your body and get checked. Do your monthly breast self-exams and get your yearly mammograms. We're now going to introduce you to a local woman who is doing just that.
Dee Dahlberg was diagnosed with one of the most aggressive forms of breast cancer that we just mentioned, triple negative. As News Channel 7's Emmeline Ivy reports, she says it's early detection that saved her life.
She's a mom, a wife, and a breast cancer survivor.
I've always told my doctors, I'm the healthiest cancer patient that you're ever gonna have. Like, I'm super active. I'm the girl that did the green smoothies.
Dee Dahlberg is back to making green juices, cancer-free. But this moment was years in the making. For years, she got mammograms religiously, but it was a self-check that sparked concern. A small lump in her left breast. 2 years in a row, doctors said it was nothing. But by 2023, something felt different.
And once my blood test and everything came back, I was diagnosed with triple negative. Oh, it's so hard to say, sorry. My diagnosis was triple negative breast cancer.
Chemo began. 12 weeks of intense infusions.
The triple negative chemo was pretty brutal.
More chemo followed, and then a double mastectomy.
So it was hard, but you keep going. I mean, you don't have a choice. You have to keep moving.
Dee caught her cancer in time, but triple negative breast cancer is aggressive. She knows how different her story could have ended.
Early detection, self-exam. I would hate to even think about if I didn't do anything. You know, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you today.
The journey changed her, but also made her an advocate for the very thing that saved her.
Detection is where it's at, especially with breast cancer and for so many other cancers.
For Dee, detection didn't just find a diagnosis, it gave her a second chance. In Walton County, Emmeline Ivy, News Channel 7.
No one's breast cancer journey is the same. That's something you're going to hear us say a lot today.
And doctors agree. Dr. Allison Moody is a breast surgical oncologist at Ascension Sacred Heart. She says treatment depends on the type and stage of cancer. Patients may require radiation, chemotherapy, or a combination of both. Hormone therapy, targeted therapy, and immunotherapy are also used to treat certain patients.
Those with less aggressive or less advanced cancers may need surgery only. Surgical treatment can be a lumpectomy. That would remove the cancerous tissue from a portion of the breast, or a mastectomy that removes all of the breast tissue.
It is a very nuanced disease. It's one of the things I like about what I do, that every patient is an individual, and it keeps it interesting for me as a doctor, and I think it also allows, it reminds me of the importance of staying on top of the changes in my field.
The National Cancer Institute says additional research is taking place to help not only those undergoing treatment, but also survivors who may have lingering side effects from all of that treatment.
The goal is to give survivors a long life and the best quality of life.
Coming up, doctors are seeing an increase in younger women being diagnosed with breast cancer.
We'll share how one family is hoping their daughter's story will help others find strength.
At the Women's Imaging Center at Bay Radiology, we witness daily the important role that early detection plays in the successful treatment of breast cancer. Our expert team of doctors and staff is committed to providing the highest quality care using the latest breast imaging technology. Our mission is to ensure the best possible outcomes for our community. Schedule your mammogram today, because early detection truly does save lives.
Are you looking to invest in rare coins and precious metals? Well, look no further. Coin and Bullion Reserves is Bay County's trusted source for rare coins and precious metals. Located in the heart of Panama City, our showroom is stocked with a vast selection of gold and silver bullion, rare coins, and currency. Whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned collector, we have what you're looking for. Our sales staff has over 50 years of experience to help guide you through your purchase. Come and visit Coin and Bullion Reserves today and build your collection with confidence.
At Dermatology Associates Skin and Cancer Center, our practice is built on a single core value: building lasting relationships. For over 50 years, our patients have been more than just patients. They're part of our family. We've built enduring bonds grounded in trust, so you always know we'll be here for you year after year. At Dermatology Associates Skin and Cancer Center, we believe early detection saves lives and are committed to providing you the most advanced skin cancer care.
According to the American Cancer Society, women should start those annual mammograms at the age of 40 because most breast cancer patients are over the age of 45.
But according to the CDC, cases in younger women are on the rise, and their cancers are often more aggressive.
NewsChannel 7's Emily Clegg spoke to the mom and fiance of a young woman who lost her battle less than a year ago at the age of 31.
Although it's not Christmas, walking into the Defuniak Springs home, Ashley Nicole and Cardis once shared with her fiance feels like walking into a winter wonderland.
It was strong and loving, and she just kind of gave her all with everything she did, you know, whether that was to her family, to me, to work. If it was her first time doing something, you would never realize it because she just jumped in.
Ashlyn spent countless hours perfecting her pink tree, and her loved ones say it won't be coming down anytime soon.
I think she knew it was her last Christmas. None of us thought that. We never would have thought 16 days later she'd be gone.
Ashlyn should have celebrated many more Christmases, and she never got to marry her fiance, Garrett. Life experiences cut short at the age of 30 when she was diagnosed with triple-negative metaplastic breast cancer.
I remember my son saying, "Mom, God must have thought she was pretty special because only 1% of people get the type of cancer she got." A lot of women beat breast cancer, but once they get that metaplastic part, and they're trying to do a lot of studies about it, that's the aggressive part of the breast cancer.
On January 11th, 2025, surrounded by loved ones, Ashlyn's battle came to an end. She was only 31 years old.
It was almost a relief to know that she wasn't in pain. But at the same time, nobody wanted her gone. She needed to be here. She needed to be here to watch her brother grow up. She needed to be here to plan her wedding. She just needed to be here.
Ashlyn is one of a growing number of women being diagnosed with breast cancer at a young age. According to the CDC, in 2022, nearly 30,000 new cases of breast cancer were reported in women younger than 45 in the United States. And each year since 2001, the number of younger women being diagnosed with breast cancer increased by 0.7%. Women just like Ashlyn.
She just loved life, truthfully. I know this past Christmas when Garrett finally proposed after 14 years, she was ecstatic.
Although this year, Ashlyn's family will celebrate their first Christmas without her, a part of her is still there, her spirit that shines as brightly as her pink tree. In Defuniak Springs, Emily Clegg, NewsChannel 7.
Ashlyn's story is a reminder that regardless of age, adult women should take their health seriously. The National Breast Cancer Foundation encourages women of all ages to perform self-exams monthly and report any changes to your doctor.
Another young local woman who lost her battle was Christina Cricket Russell. She was 22 when she died in 2012, but her memory lives on through a charity her loved ones started called the Cricket Fund. The fund covers the cost of mammograms for women in Gulf and Franklin counties and Mexico Beach. It was set up because many women can't afford a mammogram, especially those without insurance.
Cricket's family wanted to honor her memory, so they developed the fund because she was a fighter and she was compassionate, and she wanted to make sure that people knew that treatment was out there.
Donations to the Cricket Foundation are collected year-round and have helped many local women get life-saving mammograms and ultrasounds. If you'd like to donate or learn more about the Cricket Fund, you can find a link on WJHG.com.
Still ahead, 1 in 8 women will face breast cancer in her lifetime, but there are some who have a higher risk. Up next, we'll explore those reasons why.
And it may be a surprise to some, but it's not just women who battle this disease. A Bay County man shares his experience with us when we come back.
At Dermatology Associates Skin and Cancer Center, our practice is built on a single core value: building lasting relationships. For over 50 years, our patients have been more than just patients. They're part of our family. We've built enduring bonds grounded in trust, so you always know we'll be here for you year after year. At Dermatology Associates Skin and Cancer Center, we believe early detection saves lives and are committed to providing you the most advanced skin cancer care.
Celebrate fall at HG Harders Park Saturday, October 18th. The fun starts at 3:30 with a pumpkin patch, food trucks, kids activities, and more. Plus live music from the Greenhead Band. Don't miss Bay County's Fall Festival and Concert. Free and open to the public.
At the Women's Imaging Center at Bay Radiology, we witness daily the important role that early detection plays in the successful treatment of breast cancer. Our expert team of doctors and staff is committed to providing the highest quality care using the latest breast imaging technology. Our mission is to ensure the best possible outcomes for our community. Schedule your mammogram today because early detection truly does save lives.
Every first matters.
First alarm, the first cup of coffee, and that first look at what the day can bring.
And News Channel 7 is right there with you with your first alert.
Every first, every morning, we're here. News Channel 7 today.
Welcome back to this special edition of News Channel 7. Multiple studies show breast cancer is deadlier for minority women, and there are many reasons why.
News Channel 7's Isabella Benhumea talks with a Panama City radiation oncologist about what's driving this disparity.
Anna Shaw lives in Bay County. In 2003, she went for her yearly mammogram, but something didn't look right.
In 2003 is when they saw something that looked abnormal on my mammogram.
That's when she began to get constant screenings with her local doctor. But in February of 2017, she got diagnosed with breast cancer.
Very overwhelming for me because when I walked into Dr. Reese's office, he was always so jolly, but I could tell on his face something wasn't right.
Thanks to her constant routine visits, Anna's cancer was caught at stage 1. She had her tumor removed in May 2017, then started radiation.
At first, it was scary, but through God, who I trust with my whole life, he guided me through this ordeal.
But Anna is one of the fortunate minority women who get diagnosed early. Studies are showing that the breast cancer mortality rate for minority women is much higher than for non-Hispanic white women.
More than 300,000 patients are diagnosed with breast cancer, and more than 40,000 of them are minorities in this country in 2025.
According to the American Cancer Society, Black women are 40% more likely to die from breast cancer than white, non-Hispanic women. Radiation oncologist Dr. Hassan Murshid says socioeconomic status and lack of access to proper care are the biggest reasons why.
They have less access to treatments. As they have less access to the treatments, they come late, and then the prognosis is worse.
Studies also show that non-Hispanic Black women under 45 have the highest incidence of breast cancer amongst racial groups.
They have a more aggressive form of cancer as well, which is called triple negative.
Anna says staying on top of her health is what saved her.
I think sometimes we, as minorities, sometimes we get scared. We don't want to know what the outcome is, so it keeps us from going to the doctor. But there again, whether you be a male or female, you can't get scared, because if you go to the doctor in a timely manner, you can be like me, who caught it early.
Anna says she couldn't have gone through this experience alone. She says her doctors, family, and especially God were the pillars that carried her through.
I remember the first day I found out, and I cried and I cried. And then after that, there was a peace that came over me, that I knew God was walking with me. We never know what tomorrow holds, but I know who holds my future and who holds tomorrow.
In Bay County, Isabella Benhumea, News Channel 7.
Minorities aren't the only ones in a higher risk group. There are some people who carry gene mutations that make them more likely to be diagnosed with breast cancer.
BRCA1 and BRCA2 gene mutations are two of the most widely talked about when it comes to breast cancer risk.
And as you know, Donna, I carry a BRCA2 gene mutation, which puts me in this category.
And in my case, both of my grandmothers and my mom had breast cancer, but my testing showed no genetic link. My doctors at MD Anderson call it hereditary cancer because scientists are still learning about these genetic connections.
And it's not just women that can carry the gene mutation. NewsChannel 7's JT Lynch sat down with the Panama City Beach man who carries the BRCA2 gene mutation. He's living proof that women aren't the only ones who can get breast cancer.
For more than a year, Christopher Chase has been battling cancer, one that surprises most people he meets.
You know, they go, what? I didn't know men get breast cancer.
Chase was 69 when he was diagnosed, and it took him by surprise as well. The American Cancer Society says men make up less than 1% of all breast cancer cases. Doctors found Chase's cancer while monitoring a different issue.
So he said, I don't want to do anything with the lung until we mammogram the breast. I went, what? Mammogram?
Chase's mother and other female relatives had breast cancer. That prompted one of his sisters to get genetic testing.
But she was talking with the oncologist and said, you know, my aunt had breast cancer, my mom had breast cancer, my cousin had breast cancer. And so they said, let's do this test. So they did the test, and it turned up positive for BRCA2.
After that, Chase also tested positive for the BRCA2 gene mutation, putting him at a higher risk for several types of cancer, including breast. But as a man, he didn't think that would impact him. Now he wants other men to know their risk and take action.
What I would recommend, all men at least do a self-breast examination. And if you feel a lump, then you should go to your primary physician.
Research shows men diagnosed catch their breast cancer at a later stage because there is no standard for screening men. Chase was diagnosed at stage 3 and has gone through radiation and chemotherapy.
Chemo brain. Sometimes I'll be talking in the conversation, I'll be right in the middle of the conversation and forget what I was talking about. It can be frustrating, you know, but it is what it is.
After chemo, a surgeon removed all of Chase's breast tissue with a bilateral mastectomy, and he's considered cosmetic procedures as well.
Have a tattoo artist put a couple of anchors there for my time in the Navy, but
his military service prepared him for all battles, including this one.
You know, you tackle problems head on. You go for any solution, and you don't back down.
In Bay County, JT Lynch, News Channel 7.
Chase says he's beyond grateful neither of his daughters carry that BRCA2 gene mutation.
He has such a great outlook.
He does.
And that really does make all the difference. If you do have a family member with the mutation, it's important to talk to your doctor about genetic testing. I didn't know my family carried the gene mutation until after I was diagnosed and had the genetic testing done. But that did allow me to alert my other family members.
And since people with genetic mutations are at a higher risk of other cancers, they also need to have additional screenings. This can include more frequent skin checks for some breast cancer survivors.
I've had 7 more melanomas, so I've had a total of 12. And if it weren't for me coming into Dermatology Associates every 90 days, I probably would not be alive to tell my story.
Deborah Olson says Dr. Christopher Wolf at Dermatology Associates has been a lifeline for her in removing her melanoma. Dr. Wolf is working to raise awareness for melanoma alongside breast cancer. Those with a BRCA2 gene mutation can be at a higher risk for melanoma.
Dr. Wolf says those women should schedule a skin exam alongside their mammogram for early detection. Wolf's mother was diagnosed with breast cancer 10 years ago, and he says early detection made all the difference in her journey.
So both breast cancer caught early, melanoma caught early, you have a very high cure rate. So that's the importance of early detection.
Just like mammograms, yearly skin checks are recommended. If you carry a genetic mutation, talk with your doctor about those more frequent checks.
And that's exactly what I did because of the BRCA2 gene mutation. I now get skin checks every 6 months.
Well, coming up, sometimes we get by with a little help from our friends.
And for those going through breast cancer, there's a support group in our area waiting to welcome you with open arms.
If you're taking antidepressant medications but still aren't feeling better, it may be time to try something different. Transcranial magnetic stimulation therapy, or TMS, is bringing new hope to people with depression. TMS is a non-invasive procedure that is free from the side effects commonly experienced with antidepressant medication. Medications aren't for everyone. If you or a loved one are suffering from depression, there is hope. A doctor can help you decide if TMS therapy is right for you. For more information, visit EmeraldCoastBehavioral.com.
Every love story deserves a perfect beginning. At Tracy's Fine Jewelry, we believe that your engagement ring should be as unique as your love. Explore our vast selection of certified natural and lab-created diamonds, each hand-picked for brilliance and beauty. Whether you desire the timeless allure of one of our hand-selected engagement rings, or you'd like to custom design the perfect ring, visit us today and let our experts guide you in finding the ring of her dreams, because love deserves the best. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, where love sparkles.
At Dermatology Associates Skin and Cancer Center, our practice is built on a single core value: building lasting relationships. For over 50 years, our patients have been more than just patients. They're part of our family. We've built enduring bonds grounded in trust, so you always know we'll be here for you year after year. At Dermatology Associates Skin and Cancer Center, we believe early detection saves lives and are committed to providing you the most advanced skin cancer care.
The fight against cancer is a battle no one should endure alone. The local organization For Her provides financial help and support groups for women diagnosed with breast cancer.
News Channel 7's Rachel Flynn shows us how that support group helps women by sharing with one another.
Laughter and friendship can sometimes be the best medicine. From discussing lumps,
and they said probably benign. You don't want to hear it, probably.
To revisions.
Oh, my fourth one was last Friday.
To wigs.
I named mine too. Mabel and Myrtle.
The women at the For Her support group share different stories about the same disease, breast cancer.
When I was diagnosed, it changed my world.
Delanne Bernier says sharing with others helped her conquer the fears that come with diagnosis.
This group is just a community of compassion and support. And it really has made a difference in my life.
Keisha Reed says being told you have breast cancer brings on a roller coaster of emotions. Overwhelmed and wondering how she would support herself while battling the disease. That's when Keisha found the ladies of For Her were there for her.
Be able to release, to talk, and then we connected emotionally. That was really paramount for me.
The costs of cancer are high. In many ways, including financially. It's a burden Keisha experienced. But For Her offers more than emotional support. It provides monetary support. Keisha remembers getting the call that her grant was approved.
I hung up and I hit the floor with whatever strength that I had. And I just thank God.
And For Her made sure Keisha had loving support at her doctor's appointments.
Hey, it's Keisha, right? You know, she's not going through this by herself.
The For Her women find humor to lighten the hardest moments. A sisterhood no one asked for, but one that bonds these women like family. In Walton County, Rachel Flynn, News Channel 7.
For Her is a great organization, and that support is so important when going through breast cancer. Our goal is to provide helpful and hopeful information to this community, and that's why we decided to do this special.
We've been there, and we know how hard it is to find resources in your time of need. That's why we've created a link with a list of cancer resources locally and throughout the state.
Go to WJHG.com and click on Breast Cancer Resources, and we will continue to add to this list and expand it as we stay with our mission to help you with your journey. Every journey is different, and no two cancers are the same, but the common message is early detection gives you the best chance of being a survivor.
So don't be scared. Have faith and be hopeful, and fight with all you've got. Thank you for joining us.
At Dermatology Associates Skin and Cancer Center, our practice is built on a single core value: building lasting relationships. For over 50 years, our patients have been more than just patients. They're part of our family. We've built enduring bonds grounded in trust, so you always know we'll be here for you year after year. At Dermatology Associates Skin and Cancer Center, we believe early detection saves lives and are committed to providing you the most advanced skin cancer care.